pleased to be joined by Ellen Davenport, who is the former chairman of the board and now a board member at Family Connections, an organization around for 135 years. That does what?
Well, it's a community-based social services agency delivering social services, courses, clinics, help, therapy.
Bring it back to children, because we're talking about children and the whole effort to have children grow up great, and people who know public television know that we talk about that all the time. Domestic violence and its impact on children. Talk about it.
It's a real traumatic event. And no matter what age they are, whether they're infants or they're a little bit older, it is a trauma that will last with them their whole life unless something intervenes. And Family Connections has a program that addresses that for children and for their parents, and it's called DREAMS.
DREAMS?
Yes.
Talk about it.
It's a therapeutic creative arts program which aims to make both children and parents, who have experienced or witnessed domestic violence, makes them feel safe and secure. It's a 6-month intensive therapy program.
How did you explain that to us a little bit? Without, again, I know because it's a therapeutic program, it's hard to get into some of the things that are done. But help us understand how, is it art therapy?
There is art therapy. And art therapy, I mean, back when I was in college, learning about education, it wasn't utilized like this, but it's been found to be a very effective tool. And actually, the pictures that the kids draw and the parents draw, Family Connections has had them made into note cards and things like that. They're very heartfelt, very simple sometimes, very complex other times, but it's a good expressive way to deal with trauma.
You've seen some of these pictures.
I have indeed.
I'm thinking about this because pictures, children draw pictures, and if we don't look closely at those pictures, we can miss all kinds of things. What have you seen in some of these pictures?
Well, there was one picture in particular that we have always felt was very meaningful, and it looks like a figure moving off into the distance. I don't know what it just looks so free. And actually, we think it's so pretty that when a board member retires from Family Connections, that's the picture we frame and give to them as a parting gift, because it kind of, maybe they're moving out of the problems that they faced. Trauma is a big issue with everyone, and if they can express it and see the future free, that's great.
For these children, and again, describe the geographic area that we're talking about, even though the issue of domestic violence is an epidemic across this country, societal issue. Describe the communities you serve. Well,
we serve many communities, very frankly, from Passaic all the way down to Newark, Irvington, Maplewood, South Orange, Milburn, West Orange, Livingston, Newark.
So I want to understand something. So if someone says, oh, it's an urban issue, you say?
Urban, suburban. Domestic violence, I don't think it knows any bounds.
And for children, it's interesting with Family Connections, you're involved, you make this difference. What happens for a child that doesn't get that kind of therapy?
That's the real problem. The objective is to help children overcome the trauma in their lives so that they become healthy, emotionally healthy, and they can become competent adults, that they can be proficient members of society. I think if they don't get the help they need, they're playing catch-up for the rest of their lives.
Back up.
Okay.
Playing catch-up. Help us understand what that means, for example.
Well, when we talk about trauma and how it imprints on a person, even as an adult, I believe, I'm not a psychiatrist, Steve, but it's always there if they haven't dealt with it effectively or had some help dealing with it, learning the skills to help them overcome the stress of that. That's what it's all about.
Talk to us a little bit more about Family Connections, some of the other programs that really stand out, that you believe make a difference, particularly in the lives of children.
Well, we have 4 programs that deal with early childhood education, and it goes right through the seniors, seniors and addictions and drug abuse and parenting, parents, fathers as strong fathers, mothers as strong mothers. The ones for children in early childhood, especially parents as teachers, that really starts with...
Back up, parents as teachers.
Parents as teachers, that's the name of the program.
It's called Parents as Teachers.
Yeah, Yeah, and what it does is it goes right in maybe when someone's pregnant or just had their first baby, and it helps them understand the child development. Some people don't know that, and they don't have the resource of a family or an older sister or brother or friends, a circle of friends to tell them that things are going well or not going well. And that's what this program does. It's home visitation, supplying the things that they need, the advice, the connections, the resources that they don't have.
How'd you get into this?
When I was mayor of Maplewood.
You were mayor of Maplewood over what period of time?
I was on the committee from 1990 to 2001. I was mayor from 94 through 97. I had to appoint someone, our representative, to that board, and I got very intrigued by the agency. And then my term as mayor was over, in the last term, someone asked me if I would join. I was really impressed with the work they did, because when you're, and you know this more than anyone else because of your family's involvement with the communities, that you learn an awful lot about people and their problems. And I knew that there had to be help out there, and I really appreciated and respected the work that Family Connections did.
And so you were drawn to them.
So I joined them, and I've been there ever since. This is my final year. It's a long time.
It is.
Yeah, I'm immediate past president, and it's a busy place.
It's interesting when we talk about this whole idea of, in the few seconds we have left, about helping children be the best that they can be.
That's right.
You know, we often think, well, that's the school's role, that's a teacher's role, that's so-and-so's role, or it's just a parent's role. It does take everyone.
It's a global situation. It's everybody's involvement. The caregiver, the guardian of the child, most important person in that child's life.
And it also takes organizations
Absolutely.
like Family Connections, bringing folks together and making a difference every day. Ellen Davenport is the former chair and now board member of a terrific organization around for 135 years called Family Connections. Thank you very much, Ellen. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence, and 13 for WNET, NJTV, and WHYY. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by the PNC Foundation, which supports early childhood education through Grow Up Great, the New Jersey Education Association, PSE&G, Qualcare Inc., Kessler Foundation, Cone Resnick, and by United Airlines. Promotional support provided by The Record, North Jersey's trusted source, and NorthJersey.com, and by NJ Biz, all business, all New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.